Welcome to the Onewheel Shred Series with Brenden Schurmeier. That's me coming out the door right there. Some of you guys know me as Floaty McFly. Some of you guys might know me as the 2020 Race for the Rail champion. Some of you guys might know me as Fluctuating Frequencies. But today I'm just a one-wheel rider. Going down the street, you know, bonking things. See, I'm going to this trail at the end of my block. I used to be able to ride straight to it, but then they built this retaining wall, so I got to go around it. It's a slight bummer that I have to get off my board to hit this trail now, but do what you got to do, you know? Ooh. If you're digging the beats right now, this is off of me and my buddy's label called Fuzzy Puddles. Yeah, this is Bad Habit right here. A song called Don't Spill, because I don't want to spill right about here. You know what I'm saying? It's not a good time to spill. It's never a good time to spill. So let's just shred. Let's not spill today, folks. You know, I love these challenges. Like, that was a super thin trail. That's kind of a gnarly drop. I actually put a bunch of rocks right there, so when I came off of that drop, I was able to make it. Because I had never was able to make it dropping down into a upward incline. So I popped a couple rocks and just bounced off them a little bit. And we're sending it, you know. Sometimes you just got to modify your trail a little bit. Customize it for yourself. So music here is actually a mix I whipped up. This next track is Star Fox, Another Level. This guy is actually my roommate, or my housemate. He's pretty dope. You should check his music out. ST4R Fox. He's on another level. Kind of like me going up these levels right now. Yep. We out here. This is a fun spot. There's a tree right here that my buddy planted when his kid was born. And now his kid has a one wheel. That tree right there in the back, in the middle. That tree is old enough to have a one wheel. Let's just take a moment to appreciate the view here. As I sure do all the time. We just started and we're already so high. Man, I love this one wheel thing. I just go really fast, ride really hard. Kind of, when I got the board, I said I was gonna push the limits, you know, figure out what they are, if any, you know. In reality, that just means like understanding pushback a lot, learning how to turn at high speeds. This track is dope. Yep, we out here. Right about here, I was thinking, to infinity and beyond. Yeah, I'm about to set my Pine up to be Buzz Lightyear or Nickelodeon themed here real soon. With the fresh new bumpers and kicks that are out. Green and purple. All right, it's time to send it. It's flattened out a little bit. It is time to send it. Let's go hit this. Yeah, let's hit it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Shout out Stosu, who made this track right here. I used his track in my well, remix that I made of one of his tracks for the Adventures Close to Home video, which is made out of a similar ride. We got a quick mix into Jordan Moody here. This is Fuzzy Puddles track as well. You can find this on Fuzzy Puddles, SoundCloud, Bandcamp, for download. It's time to send it. This is the East Ridge, I like to call it. One time I made a map of this whole place using my Onewheel in an app, and this trail didn't have a name on it on the existing map I found online, so I called it the East Ridge. That's pretty much what it is. I don't know if it looks smooth to you, but it's pretty bumpy. You know, it's the challenge that I'm about. Like, super flat stuff is fun to ride, but a challenge is what, you know, makes you a better rider. And I'm all about that, just trying to improve, become a better rider, just become a better person in general. Like here, I said, excuse me. You know, just trying to be nice. Hey, I was glad they moved. I said thank you. This trail is pretty bumpy, but it's my trail, you know? You love what you got. Sometimes I'll get knocked off right here because it's just so uneven. It's ridiculous. But at this point, we are gonna send it in a Lakers jersey. Shout out Kobe. I just really love purple and gold, to be honest. They're like royal colors or something. It just like looks cool to me. Alright, these turns right here. For really gnarly turns like this, I like to keep my back toes hanging off the board and my front heels hanging off the board, so I can just kind of squeeze the board in together to keep it attached. And I feel like I make my my front side turns by swinging my back foot forward, and kind of backside turns by swinging my front foot forward. Oh, this track, by the way, is called Hey by Schwille, also on Fuzzy Puddles. There's a rut in the middle. You know, you gotta avoid the rut. You gotta go back and forth. You gotta stay on the high line, on the left or the right. It's right here is the hardest part in the whole trail. You gotta cut low and just hold it. It's crazy. Most people don't make it through that spot right there. I don't know. It didn't seem as crazy on this video, but that spot is very slanted and very bumpy. So it's a challenge. It's fun. Man, that tree over there fell and blocked the path that I usually take. So now everybody's taking this path right here, which is actually way sicker than the other one, to be honest. I'm kind of stoked that that tree fell. In that, actually, I mean, that didn't sound right. I like trees. Go trees. Like this one right here. You can just ride up on it and drop off. I love trees. You can avoid them. You can go around them. They're natural obstacles of the wild. Shout out trees. And that just about concludes segment 1 here. That's the first up and down. And that's a sex change. And that's me riding goofy. I normally ride regular. I wouldn't say I'm much of a regular rider. I'm a little more aggressive and extreme than most people would ever feel like they need to be. But I respect Pushback. That's for sure. I respect it. I respect Pushback. I'll tell you that much. I actually really like Pushback. Like, when you're going really fast, I wouldn't want the board to be tilted downwards. Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, you're gonna catch on to stuff. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of good reasons to have Pushback. One of my favorite things to do when I get Pushback is just kind of kick the board in front of me. Gets more control. This here's my little secret half pipe. I like to call it. Accompanied by a really sick track by Asteroids and Earthquakes, Zimbu, and Secret Recipe. Wow. It was released on the Unts. You should go find it. Man. Woo. It feels like surfing when you hit this wave right here. So much fun. You know, just give it a little bit of a twist every time. You know, you can change it up. You know, I'm not gonna bore you guys with too much of that. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go fast. Somebody gave me a compliment right there on the board. He was just staring at me. I would have stopped and talked to him normally, to be honest, but I was recording this video, so I just sent it. I really like stopping talking to people when they say something. I don't know, it's almost lost it right there. It's cool to spread the stoke, you know, and I personally want everybody to be riding electric vehicles in the near future. So every time I ride this board, I feel like I'm just promoting like clean energy in a way. I know we got batteries and batteries are complicated, but it's cleaner for the air right now. And it's a lot of benefits. You guys know. That's why you have a Onewheel. You can go uphill. I'm going uphill in a pretty steep hill and maintaining speed. This board is amazing. God. It can just like catch air by like squishing the tire down, popping back up. Man. That was a great track. All these guys are my buddies. All these songs are my friends' music and, you know, a little bit of my music. A lot of it's released on the label Fuzzy Puddles. This one right here is by my buddy Connor. He recently just got a Onewheel. He's been, you know, he had a similar story as me, you know, just kind of shredded and realized it was the best thing he could ever do. You know, he shredded someone else's board. I was letting him ride my board, my second board, for a while. And we finally found him a nice little deal on a used XR. And he is whipping right now. He's whipping. He's still making beats. And whipping. Yes. Shout out to all the music producer, Onewheel riders. I feel like it's a thing. I don't know. Yes. Just cruising the parking lot right now. You know. Guess it's a cool time to talk about my setup. I'm riding a stock board, got the Vega tire, purple bumpers, Galaxy fender, the Sure Stance Pro Fusion back foot pad. Makes for a sweet setup. You know, I'm clean and in control with this board, you know? I got another setup that I do a lot of my tricks on, but this is a killer setup right now. I actually really like this foot pad. I hadn't tried it before. I got it. I just went straight for the Fusion, and I'm digging it. Yeah. It's a pretty steep hill right here. It's kind of the moment where I just, you know, think. Maybe I'll just give you guys a moment there. Meditate on the wheel. And all the great things it's done for you. I think most of my rides are really shredditation meditations, you know? If I'm not feeling just right, I go out for a shred, and it pretty much always works. You know, I check my battery. I'm about 42%. I think I'm set. I've done pretty much all the steep uphill climbing that I need to do for this run, so I am set, you know. I'm not below 20, so I don't have to worry too much.
You realize you are not.
But
you have struggled into it.
Let's send it. This next part is probably the most beautiful part of the ride. It's my favorites right now. It's coming in on the lake, hitting a little power slide, sneaking through the trees, and circling the lake. I mean, there's not much like it. This track here was written by my buddy Dylan. He's also a one-wheeler. Back when I had my Plus and the XR came out, he got an XR before me and just like really motivated me to get the XR a little bit sooner than I was going to. And I'm glad he did. Shout out Dylan. He's still riding on the original setup he got, same tire, everything. He's killing it. Shout out Dylan. Whenever I take people through this little spot right here, I like to tell them that they get a point if they can hit the drop, all the turns, and cross that little riverbank without getting off their board. Most people I know didn't get a point. I was surprised, you know, like some of the big names. I brought a few names here, you know, people you might know. I'm not gonna call anybody out, but almost nobody has made it through this session that I just did without getting off their board. It's kind of funny. I mean, it's obviously because I ride it all the time, or just, you know. So I was gonna go and hit that pole jam. You probably couldn't see it, but there was a big pole jam right there. And I was gonna hit it. It was like, it would have given like a nice 3 foot of air, but there was somebody coughing in front of it, like extremely coughing. So I was just like, oh, I'll just let them be and have their space. And I'll just continue on. Look at that view. Downtown Los Angeles. I think it's a little bit prettier than they make it out to be. Especially if you're on the northeast side of the downtown area. A lot of hills and mountains. This being one of my favorites that we're on right here. And it's pretty much all downhill from here, folks. We're going. We're not stopping until we're done. Okay, we got one little thing right here. So that was a pole jam. That was a smaller one. Why would you take the cement when there's a little trail right there? That's my question to everybody. Watch for the trash can. Man, I love this part. You can just smash. I'm just about going really fast. I'm so about it. It's so much fun. You know, grab some gear. Rip it and dip it, as they say. This track here is actually a track that I whipped up. It's called About That. So right now we are ripping. We are ripping, folks. You know, it's full concentration at this point. You know, you got to keep your ankles ready for anything, you know, ready to bring you back to center. I feel like at this point in the riding, you know, you're hitting pushback, you're going downhill. What do you do? Well, what do? I like to keep the board in front of me personally. What do I mean by that? That's like, you know, when you're going real fast, almost kick the board out in front of you so that you're kind of behind it. It kind of gives you a little bit of room to brake. You know, you can almost like recenter yourself over the wheel. And that kind of brakes for you. It's weird. That dog was surprised when I was riding this board, that's for sure. And we're approaching the end here of the downhill section. I wish that just lasted forever, to be honest. It's just ridiculous. There's that tiny little spot. It's kind of hard to get through there. It's super angled. So we're getting in the street now. Make sure to look before you leap. Also, another shout out is shout out hand signs. You know, just look at that. Just you're going left. If you're gonna go in between a break of cars, you know, just let them know what you're gonna do. That's where that wide angle lens really just comes in handy. Look at the car. They look cool. This track right here, this is my buddy Namu, my good friend Mac. He just makes the slowest, weirdest, stickiest, stanky beats. Man, can't wait to see him live again. Once we got shows and we can play in the desert, we're doing it. So right here we got a nice little skate spot. I was gonna take you through, there's some banks right there and I usually ride them, but there's a whole group of skaters there. It looks like they were filming or something. I don't want to mess with their filming with my filming, you know. You can't have too many cameras in the same place unless they're working on the exact same shot, you know. It just doesn't work. It's like the fedora thing, you know. So we're out here, almost home. I don't think I'm too tired, but you know, can't go forever. I think it's good to stop when you still have a little bit of energy, you know. That way you can keep on moving with your day, you know. When I'm endurance training, I'll ride basically until the board tells me I can't ride anymore. But you know, most of the time I ride it to about maybe 30-40%. Just do that run equivalent. It depends. Ride all the time. This is my favorite run though, because I can do it from my house. Well, it looks like that's about it, folks. I made it home, made it all the way around, and I'm back. Shout out Onewheel, shout out Los Angeles Onewheel, and shout out all the homies, every single one of them. Wouldn't be here without you. Peace.